3 billion years ago, the matter that makes us up existed only as atoms floating in a primordial world. It took eons for those foundations to organize into complex life. Around 6 million years ago, the first hominids emerged. By 1.9 million years ago, Homo erectus was colonizing the globe, pushing into brutal Ice Age environments that tested the limits of human biology. During this era, survival was a daily gamble. As nomadic hunter-gatherers, our ancestors were entirely subjected to the whims of nature, following the migration of herds and the changing of the seasons. This is the ultimate survival story. Every innovation we see today is a direct descendant of that ancient, continuous fight to master the environment. The first major turning point occurred around 4000 BCE in Mesopotamia. In the city of Uruk, humans stopped chasing their food and began to engineer it through the invention of agriculture. To make edible flour, residents spent hours manually crushing wheat between two stones. As a biological trade-off, Uruk's population spiked to 50,000, but average male height dropped from 5'9" to 5'3". We became smaller, landlocked farmers. Agriculture weakened the individual body, but it provided the massive workforce necessary to build the first true societies. Different cultures prioritized different solutions for organizing these new populations. The Indus Valley focused on public health, engineering sophisticated toilets and underground drainage systems to carry waste outside the city limits. Ancient Egypt directed that same massive human labor toward the divine. They spent decades building pyramids to house the spirits of their pharaohs, believing these rulers would continue to lead in the afterlife. In Babylon, King Hammurabi moved toward a system of codified regulation. He had 282 laws permanently etched onto this black stone stele to ensure every citizen knew the consequences of their actions. These laws enforced a rigid social hierarchy. Under the eye for an eye principle, the value of a noble's life was significantly higher than that of a plebeian or an enslaved person, with punishments varying by class. To manage thousands of strangers, these civilizations built lasting networks. They combined physical infrastructure with shared myths and absolute legal frameworks to maintain social order. Ancient Greece replaced absolute kings with a radical concept, democracy. In Athens, power was distributed through a complex assembly, making every eligible citizen a participant in the state's survival. Following the stagnation of the Middle Ages, the Renaissance marked a rebirth of scientific inquiry and human-centric philosophy, centering humanity as the primary subject of study. Artists like Leonardo da Vinci mastered human anatomy and optics. By studying how light strikes the eye and how lip muscles move, he transformed painting from simple representation into a work of science. Michelangelo achieved similar results in sculpture. His David shows an unprecedented level of anatomical detail, reflecting a society that was rediscovering the perfection of the human form. This intellectual shift eventually reached the halls of power. The Magna Carta established a formal legal precedent that limited the authority of kings and protected the rights of the individual. Scientific curiosity and codified rights combined to shatter the medieval worldview, providing the tools necessary to build a modern society. In 1776, those ideas reached a climax with the American Revolution. The founders asserted in writing that all men are inherently equal and endowed with rights like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These political shifts coincided with the Industrial Revolution. We began replacing manual human labor with massive machines, allowing for production on an unprecedented scale. Within decades, that mechanical power evolved into digital processing. The birth of computing allowed us to move from managing physical resources to processing massive streams of information in the information age. This timeline summarizes the speed of human technological progress. After being static for millions of years, the curve spikes almost vertically during the modern era. Our modern power is the result of shared global knowledge. Every innovation now compounds, moving humanity forward at a rate our ancestors could never have imagined. The history of civilization serves as the active blueprint for our future. From Uruk to the information age, our most effective tools have not been weapons, but lessons of our past to our future technology and global relationships. The potential for our species is limitless.